This video is on the Star Wars project. Now I'm going to do two sections. I'm going to do the relationships, which will go pretty fast. It's easy. And then we're going to do the data, which is ugly and it's messy and it doesn't work. Well, it works, but we just have to work through a few issues. So first, let's do the relationships. The directions tell us that we need to build a relationship between the character table and the character battles. And then we need to build a second relationship between battles and character battles. And that is simple to do. So I'm going to go into my Access database. Right now I don't have any data. And I'm going to go to Database Tools, Relationships. I actually only need to add those 3 tables, but the directions tell you to add all 5. So I'm just going to double click on each one and I'm going to add them. Alright, so I have a relationship between characters and character battles. And I know I have a relationship because here as a primary key I have character ID. And I have another character ID on this one, making it a foreign key. So I'm going to click on my primary key and drag it down to my foreign key, and I cannot reverse it. It has to be in that order. I'm going to click on Enforce Referential Integrity and tell it to create. And I have one more. I'm going to do it with battles. So I have battle ID on this one. You can see it's a primary key. And I have battle ID on this one being the foreign key. So I'm going to take my primary key and drag it to my foreign key. Click on Enforce Referential Integrity and tell it to create. Boom, we're done. That was simple. All right, so let's go ahead and close it. Yes, I'd like to save. All right, now we're in the next part, and it is the ugly part. We are in the data. So we're going to append the data, which is actually something new for my class. We have always just taken the entire table, and it gave us the table structure, and it gave us the data. But now we're just taking the data, so that's something new, and it's something ugly. So the directions tell us first, take the planets table, that data, and bring it in. Because we have to do this in order since we now have relationships. So we're going to append the planets data from a spreadsheet that I've given you. So let's do that. So I'm going to get external data. I'm going to do it from a new source, new data source, from file. And it's going to be from Excel. I have to find it. I have mine on my desktop. I'm going to append it. The directions tell us to start with planets, and I'm going to tell it OK. This needs to be planets, and I'll tell it next, next, finish. Boom, I get an error. I don't even know why. It's ugly, but I'm just going to tell it yes. And when I close it, when I look at planets, it works. I don't know why, but it works. So I'm happy. Let's try the next one. All right, so next we're supposed to do the characters table, and I'm expecting another error. But again, it's not our fault. It's because of access. Okay, so I'm going to get new data source from file, Excel. We're going to find our file again, and mine's on my desktop. There it is. I'm going to append, and I'm doing characters. Tell it OK. I'm going to find characters. It's defaulting there. Next, next, finish. It's out of range. I don't even know what that is. So I'm going to tell it OK. And it's dumb, but your solution is to close your whole Access database. We're going to remove any locks that Access is holding, and we're going to start it up again, and we're going to do it again. So I'm going to pause my video so I can close down my database, and I'm going to reopen it. I'm not doing anything special. So I'm going to pause real quick. Okay, I'm back. I went ahead and I just closed down my database, and I reopened. I didn't do anything else. And I can look at planets. That has data. I can look at characters, and that one didn't magically go in. So I'm going to just do it again. Get external data from my data source, from file, from Excel. Find my, my file, and here it is. I'm going to append. It's characters. Tell it OK. It's characters. It's going to default. Next, next, finish. And it's telling me, hey, we've done it. I'm going to tell it to close. And that's it. If I go back to characters, it's there. It's ridiculous. It's just dumb that you had to close your database and reopen your database. And it's not like that was just a freak thing for me. It was something repeatable. I have to do it, every time I try this particular section of the project, I always have to close my database. Again, I think it's just because first it's funky, but then also I think it's holding on to locks. I don't know, but this works now. Close it. Okay, so now what are we going to do? Directions tells to do Starship next. And I don't think we're going to have any more issues. New data source from File, Excel, find my file. It is desktop. Oh, there it is. Append, Starship. Okay. Starship. Next, finish. Done. All right, what are we doing next? Battles and then character battles. I got that. We're going to from File, from Excel, find it. There it is. Append. Oh, battles. Battles. Next, finish. It's done. And let's do one more. From File, from Excel. We're going to browse, and I'm going to find it. We're going to append. Character battles. Character battles. Next, finish. Field role. Oh, I know what that issue is. Okay, so it tells me role does not exist. So it's not going to do it. Okay, cancel. And I saw this issue earlier. Let me go to character battles. I'm going to put this in design view. It's because I made it plural. I had a different field name. To be honest, I didn't think that would even be an issue. So yes, I'd like to save. Let's try it again. All right, we're going to pull the file. Character battles. Character battles. And it's done. Now if I look at all these, they all have data. We got a few errors. The errors were dumb, but they were easy solutions. First one, I just told it yes, and it went ahead and put in planets. Second error, I just closed my database. Third error, that was my fault. I named the field differently. One I called role, the other one I called roles. It seems to matter, so I just changed my field so they're identical. And now I have all my data and I can move on. Okay, good luck.